Hi there. My name is Jeff the Junk Seller. I'm here at Canton First Mondays. It's late at night. It's late August. Had to wait till late at night so that the temperatures would cool down and I don't have to suffer any traffic. I'm right at the ramp. There's a ramp right behind me. Then people are always riding by on a scooter, and it can be somewhat distracting. Today I want to talk about a Purple Heart that I got in a storage unit auction back on December the 27th, 2023. Storage units have been pretty useful in sourcing material. I don't do them as often as I should. I shop storage units whenever I need a lot of material, or whenever there is not enough other stuff going on. If I don't have any picks or any garage sales or any highway sales to go to, and I find myself bored with no new inventory to process, I'll start scrolling storage units. And this unit is, the reason that I made this my first video is this has been the most lucrative purchase that I've ever made. I paid $40 for the unit. It was a small unit, Dallas Love Field, public storage, and I paid, the winning bid was $40. By the time I had to pay taxes and fees on top of that, it wound up being like $49.30, and I bought it through storagetreasures.com. And you know, I got the unit on the 27th. I believe that I found the Purple Heart on the 28th. And it was a small unit, a 4x8 unit. I bought another unit along with it that came from the same family. I thought they were Boother units. I thought somebody with an antique mall had these units, because there was some old stuff in each of them that looked like it belonged to an antique booth or an antique mall. And I got both of them at a pretty decent price. I was able to load them both in my E250 van and take a single trip to bring them from Dallas to Canton to set up at the market. It was like I say, it was the 41st unit that I purchased, and I won it on the 27th, and I contacted I found the Purple Heart on the 28th. And I contacted Heritage. I sent, you know, they have a website where you put in the details about what it is that you have and include a couple of photographs. And I sent it in on like Friday night, like 7:30 at night. I'd offered the metal to a couple of people here at the market on Friday. And I was telling them $3,500, and I was told that I was crazy, that Purple Hearts sell for $50 a piece. And when I tried to explain to them that it was for, this one was awarded to a seaman who perished on the Arizona during the attack on Pearl Harbor. And that is a pretty sensational medal. Everybody knows the Pearl Harbor story. Everybody knows the USS Arizona story. And one guy that had told me that I was crazy the day before, he showed up the next afternoon and wanted to see the medal again, and I had it put up because Heritage had contacted me by 7:40 in the morning on Saturday. I had an email back from Heritage that said that they thought that it would bring a fairly substantial price. We fell short of that at auction, but I have no bitter feelings about that. And the reasons are that well, auctions are dynamic. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get above estimate, sometimes you get below estimate. But we put a $7,500 starting bid on it, and there were 539 items in the auction. And on June the 9th, it auctioned on June the 10th, and on June the 9th, 6.5 hours before the auction was to happen, we only had one registered phone bidder. But we had 74 people tracking the lot, and we had 1,329 page views, which was substantially greater than the second most viewed or the second most tracked lot. So we got as much attention as we were going to get, and it brought 7,500. Of that, I got 6,000, and the person who won the item at auction had to pay with their 25% buyer's fee. I think it worked out to be like $9,375. So Heritage, they get a pretty good chunk, but they had a lot of skin in the game. They put out a catalog. I had the inside front cover, and I had page 113. I had a full page on it, and we'd gotten as much attention as we were going to get. 6,000 is what the market, or 7,500 is what the market would bring on that. Now, a little bit of history on Purple Hearts is George Washington instituted these when he was commander-in-chief of the Continental Army, and he instituted them on August the 8th of 1782. And they say that there have been 2 million of them issued since they were instituted. Now, of the military personnel that perished on the Arizona, I think that there were 1,177 Purple Hearts awarded. I think everybody on the Arizona got a Purple Heart, whether you were killed in action or whether you were just there. I mean, the guys, there was a lot going on. But it's a pretty sensational medal, pretty scarce, the veterans are all passing away now, and these things are coming into the market. And Congress had passed an act, the Stolen Valor Act of 2005, made it illegal for you to sell medals of this type. And thankfully that was repealed by the Supreme Court, and it was overturned in 2012. Otherwise, this Purple Heart that I was able to get $6,000 out of would have been scrap silver. It was made out of sterling. It had about $22 worth of silver in it, and it would have been consigned to the smelter's pot had they insisted that these not be able to be bought and sold. And I don't really understand why people have such an issue with the sale of military medals, because the guys that collect this stuff are, they revere the people that these were awarded to. I think they memorialize them pretty well, and I don't know why there's such resistance to commercialization of them, but there is. But I'd like to show you the catalog, the front cover, and there's the inside of the front cover. This was the medal that I had, and then back here is page 113. We had a full write-up. I had an additional medal, a commemorative, that came along, and some other papers, like his oath of allegiance, some other documents. Not really tremendous documents, but there was some other stuff available. I don't really rely on storage units to buy most of my stuff, although I'll be shooting a few videos today and tomorrow. I'll be showing a lot of the stuff that I've gotten from a friend of mine who's been doing this for 37 years. This guy has a knack of picking the right unit. I mean, it's almost disgusting how much great stuff he gets, and I end up paying him an awful lot of money for a whole bunch of it. But I'm going to run through some other videos of picks that I go on. But I hope that you find these videos informative, and I hope that you become a follower.